Hello and welcome back to my channel. I said that I wasn't going to do an update for the month of April because I wasn't going to buy anything for a couple months, but I found myself wandering into a Burlington coat factory locally near where I work, and I couldn't help myself. I got a few, and then another store within the same mall that I was at, and I was like, you know what? Some of this is cheap stuff. It's not going to set me back any. I've already paid on the bill that I needed to pay on, and I had the extra. So we spent a little bit, not much this month. Um, the apparel was a bit of the name of the game this month for the month of April. Plus, it was my birthday month, so I had to get something for myself. I would have liked to have gotten a little bit more, but whatever. Um, so, without further ado, let's take a look at what I got. So, first of all, before I get into my Burlington items, I have been collecting the race cars, the smaller race cars from the, I think it's what, Sega All Stars? Yeah, Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. I have Sonic and I have um, Shadow, but to finish out the collection, because they only made three of these smaller ones. I'm actually rather surprised Knuckles wasn't involved in this, because I sure would have involved in this. I did find Tails. So we've got Tails from the Sonic All Star racing game collectible car. This is the kind you pull back and let go, and it just goes forward for you. It's not an RC or anything like that. But we finally added this, and since there's no other Sonic related collectibles from that game, this part of my collection is for the moment, unless they decide to come out with the other ones, is now complete. So that's pretty cool. And this was from a store called Tokyo. So if you're ever in an area and you see a Tokyo collectible store, go in it, man. You can find all kinds of collectibles in there. Not just Sonic, but they do have a pretty healthy amount of Sonic. Um, if I had the money, I could have walked out once again, spending like $200, but I didn't have the money for that. So, you got to take what you get. And then I found something small, and I was like, you know what? I've been wanting it. I was gonna buy it from Amazon, but since I saw it at a local small, basically Tokyo is a small business, so I think they only have three locations in Washington State. So, um, I got a pin set. This is the Great Eastern pins. I'm trying to trying to get the glare off of there. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, you can see that. So we got Tails and Sonic on here. This is from Great Eastern Entertainment. I'm glad that I spotted these because I've been wanting them, and I actually had them in my wish list on Amazon for quite a while, and they kept disappearing, becoming unavailable from the seller that was um, marketing it, and then it would pop up, but it would be a different seller, and I didn't get them, and then they would disappear again, and it just kept going and going. Finally spotted them at Tokyo, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna get those right now." They're a little pricey, but you know what? That's quite alright. I'm not looking to use them. This is one of those things. I have a few pins up here. Um, I probably get yelled at for this by some collectors, but I want to get a pin board. One of those cases that you close, and they have like a glass backing, and they have a thing underneath that you can keep the clasps in. I want to get one of those for my pins and just keep them all together. Um, Again, something I probably get yelled at by collectors, but you know what? It's my collection, and I'm going to do what I want with them. So I then wandered into um, Burlington Coat Factory, and I was like, I'm curious because I know there's a lot of Sonic stuff that pops up in the coat factory. I had an opportunity to buy a bunch of watches there too, but I didn't have the money to do it at the time. I was waiting for my paycheck to hit, and it didn't hit in time, and I had to head home. Um, but I got myself three uh, pairs of socks. I actually got five, but I got duplicates of two of them. Um, the old adage: one to display, one to play. So this is one of the ones. This is the only one I could find of this, but I thought this was really cool. They're all classic Sonic, from what I can see. Um, but I got this one here. The Make It Rain rings as they're showering Sonic in their golden life giving things. You could almost hear the sounds of him losing his rings, but at the same time, not really losing them. I don't know where that came from. And then this was a kind of a neat one that I really liked. I spotted it there. And of course, you got Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. Those are the only three characters on these socks. Um, and then this one, in fact, this is one of the ones that I got a duplicate of, and then I've got this one, also got a duplicate of it, but the since 1991, which is really awesome because that's when I started playing the games way back in the day when I was just a little Sonic fan, and I wanted to have that in my collection. This is also one of the ones that I bought a duplicate of so I could wear. I'm not going to wear them on a daily basis. I'm going to wear them on like special occasions, but I wanted to get that. Man, I tell you what, Burlington Coat Factory is a treasure mine. I see where other collectors have found other socks that weren't there when I was there, and they must be new releases. It's amazing. I would say get yourself, if you want these, get yourself to a Burlington Coat Factory because they're only $1.99 a pair. That's incredible. And I'll tell you, that's incredible. When you're looking at socks that are being sold for, upwards of sometimes $20, $30 a pair, and you can find ones that are just as good for $1.99. Yeah, you need to go and visit there because you can really bump up your collection. They had some watches, like I said, I wanted to get them. They weren't really expensive. I think like 10.99, and some of them, if that. A couple of ones that had like a collector box attached to it. They're kids' watches, obviously not anything I'm gonna wear, but it's nice to have them in the collection. And in the next few months, you should see, by the way, to end this, you should see some of this back here changing a bit. Uh, because one of the things that I have been wanting is to get curio cabinets instead of these bookcases, and then move these bookcases out to uh, the living room so I can use them for actual books. Um, and I finally found a great price on some curio cabinets that I can actually buy duplicates of them. Only $70, 69.99. They are IKEA. I'm gonna pick some of these up. I'm looking forward to that. So keep your eye out on this. This is all gonna be changing eventually. It's not right away. But now that I have a bead on a good price and looking at exactly what I want to display these just a bit better because I feel like these dark backgrounds don't do the collection justice. And if anybody has any idea on how to make like these guys stand um better, because I know what you don't, you see them sitting up there, but for the most part what you don't see is they're actually leaning back. Well, this one's kind of doing it here, but they're actually leaning back against the backboard of this bookcase. And well, you kind of see the werehog here. He's not so much, but they don't really stand on their own so much. So if anybody has any ideas on where I can find um, the the type of holes that are like on the bottom of the shoes that you see a lot of action figures, not just Sonic, it's a lot of other action figures. They'll have these holes that you can stick on a base, and I'd like to find some of those. Like they could be just like plain ones. They don't have to be the original uh, stand that they came with. I think those are going to be very hard to find. Stands kind of like disappear a lot. I've noticed back when I had a bunch of Star Trek figures when I was a teenager. Those were the first things that disappeared were the stands. So I'd like to see if there's like blank stands, just general stands that can be purchased and for cheap. So please let me know. I would be more than happy to thank you for that information. Anyway, until next time, until I have a video ready to go that's like showing off the entire collection bit by bit, I will see you soon, and hopefully, maybe this month I'll have a few more to add because I think I see a couple of things that I want to get, but low priced, not too much. All right, have a great one and keep it going and keep safe.